Welcome to my channel, Amorous Intimacy. Are you worried your wife doesn't love you anymore? That's a tough situation to be in, and it's important to face these feelings head on. In this video, we're going to talk about some signs that your wife might be falling out of love. Remember to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Now let's dive into the hard stuff. Communication is the lifeblood of any relationship, and that's especially true in a marriage. It's the glue that holds two people together, allowing them to share their thoughts, dreams, and fears. Without it, misunderstandings and resentment can build up, creating a chasm between partners. When your wife stops communicating with you, it's a major red flag. It's not just about the absence of words, but the absence of connection and understanding. This silence can be deafening, signaling deeper issues that need to be addressed. I'm not just talking about the day-to-day stuff, like what's for dinner or what bills need to be paid. Those conversations are necessary, but they don't build intimacy. They don't create a bond that can withstand the test of time. I'm talking about real, meaningful conversations, the kind where you share your hopes, your fears, your dreams, and your disappointments. These are the conversations that make you feel seen and heard, that make you feel connected to your partner on a deeper level. Do you find yourself having fewer and fewer of those deep, late-night talks you used to share? Those moments when you felt like you could talk about anything and everything, and time just seemed to fly by? When you do try to talk about something important, does she shut down or change the subject? This can be incredibly frustrating and hurtful, leaving you feeling isolated and alone in the relationship. This lack of communication can be a sign that she's emotionally checked out of the marriage. It might mean that she's no longer invested in the relationship, or that she's struggling with her own issues that she doesn't know how to share with you. She may be harboring resentment, feeling unheard, or simply not interested in connecting with you on a deeper level anymore. Think about it, folks. When communication breaks down, it's often a symptom of a larger problem that needs to be addressed. When you love someone, you want to talk to them, share your thoughts and feelings, and hear what's going on in their world. This desire to connect is what keeps the relationship alive and thriving. When that desire fades, it's a sign that something is seriously wrong. It's a wake-up call that shouldn't be ignored. If you find yourself in this situation, it's important to take action. Seek help, whether it's through counseling, open and honest conversations, or finding new ways to reconnect. Your relationship is worth fighting for. Physical intimacy is a vital part of a healthy marriage. It's the glue that binds two people together, creating a sense of closeness and connection that words alone can't always convey. I'm not just talking about sex, although that's important too. Physical intimacy encompasses a wide range of actions and gestures that help maintain the bond between partners. I'm talking about all forms of physical touch, holding hands, hugging, kissing, cuddling on the couch. These moments of contact are essential in expressing love and affection. These small gestures of affection are how we connect with our partners on a physical level and reinforce the emotional bond between us. They are the silent language of love, speaking volumes without uttering a single word. When your wife starts to avoid physical contact, it's a sign that she's pulling away from you. This can be a subtle shift at first, but it often grows more noticeable over time. Maybe she flinches when you try to hold her hand, or she always seems to have an excuse to avoid being close to you. These actions can be hurtful and confusing, leaving you wondering what went wrong. This lack of physical intimacy can be a sign that she's no longer attracted to you, or that she's not comfortable being physically close to you anymore. It might also indicate deeper issues within the relationship that need to be addressed. This is a tough one to face, but it's important to remember that physical intimacy is a two-way street. Both partners need to feel valued and desired for the relationship to thrive. If you're not feeling the love, it's going to show up in the bedroom and in your everyday interactions. The absence of physical touch can create a void that affects your emotional connection, leading to feelings of loneliness and isolation. Open communication is key in addressing these issues. Talk to your partner about how you're feeling and listen to her perspective as well. Understanding each other's needs and concerns can help bridge the gap and restore the physical intimacy that may be missing. Rebuilding physical intimacy takes time and effort from both partners. It's about finding ways to reconnect and rediscover the joy of being close to one another. Small steps, like a gentle touch or a warm hug, can make a big difference in rekindling the spark. Remember, physical intimacy is not just about the act itself, but about the emotional connection it fosters. By working together and being patient, you can overcome the barriers and strengthen your bond, bringing back the warmth and affection that are essential for a healthy, loving relationship. Now, everyone needs some time to themselves, and it's healthy for couples to have their own interests and hobbies. But when your wife is constantly busy with work, friends, or activities that don't involve you, it can be a sign that she's trying to create distance in the marriage. Think about it. When you're in love, you want to spend time with that person. You look forward to seeing them, making plans together, and just being in their presence. If your wife is always too busy for you, it's a sign that her priorities have shifted and you're no longer at the top of the list. It's like she's building a life where she doesn't need you, and that's a lonely feeling. Emotional distance can be even more painful than physical distance. When your wife is emotionally distant, it's like she's built a wall around her heart, and you can't get through. She may seem withdrawn, unresponsive, or even indifferent to your feelings. You try to share something that's important to you, and she just stares blankly or offers a half-hearted response. It's like she's not really there with you, even when she's physically present. This kind of emotional disconnect can be incredibly isolating and can make you feel like you're living with a stranger. Remember when you first started dating and you were eager to learn everything about each other? You wanted to know about her hopes, dreams, fears, and everything in between. When a woman loves you, she's genuinely interested in your life, your work, your hobbies, your thoughts and feelings. But when that love starts to fade, so does the interest. She may stop asking you questions about your day, or she may seem bored or disengaged when you try to talk about something you're passionate about. It's like she's no longer invested in your life, and that can be a real blow to your ego and your heart. Now, a little bit of constructive criticism can be healthy for a relationship, but when criticism becomes constant and relentless, it can be a sign that your wife is unhappy and taking it out on you. Does it feel like nothing you do is ever good enough? Does she criticize your appearance, your job, your friends, your hobbies, or just about everything else? This constant negativity can be incredibly draining and can chip away at your self-esteem. It's important to remember that you deserve to be with someone who appreciates you for who you are, flaws and all. Relationships take work, and both partners need to be willing to put in the effort to make it work. When your wife stops making an effort, it's a sign that she's checked out of the marriage. She may stop doing the little things that she used to do to make you happy, like cooking your favorite meal or planning a date night. She may stop paying attention to her appearance, or she may stop trying to resolve conflicts. This lack of effort can be a sign that she's no longer invested in the relationship and that she's content to let it wither on the vine. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship, and when that trust is broken, it can be very difficult to repair. If your wife is engaging in secretive behavior, it's a major red flag. Is she constantly on her phone, hiding her screen from you? Does she have private conversations that she refuses to discuss with you? Is she suddenly very protective of her privacy? These behaviors can be signs that she's hiding something from you, whether it's an emotional affair, a financial problem, or something else entirely. This one's a no-brainer, folks. When your wife starts talking about separation or divorce, it's a sign that she's seriously considering ending the marriage. She may not be ready to walk out the door today, but the fact that she's bringing it up is a sign that she's unhappy and that she's thinking about her options. This is a time for some serious soul-searching and honest conversations. You need to figure out what's gone wrong in the marriage and whether it's something that can be fixed. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Marriage is one of the most challenging journeys two people can embark on together. Recognizing these signs in your own marriage is tough. It's like looking into a mirror and seeing the cracks that have formed over time. It's painful, it's scary, and it can be downright heartbreaking. The dreams you once shared seem distant, and the love that once felt unbreakable now feels fragile. But burying your head in the sand won't make the problem go away. Ignoring the issues only allows them to fester and grow, making the situation even more difficult to resolve. If you're seeing these signs in your wife, it's a signal that something needs to change. It's time to have a real conversation. And I mean a real conversation, not a shouting match or a blame game. Sit down with her in a calm and respectful manner, tell her how you're feeling, and be open to hearing her side of the story. This isn't about winning an argument, it's about understanding each other. Communication is the cornerstone of any relationship. Without it, misunderstandings and resentment can build up, creating a wall between you. Tell her how you're feeling and listen to what she has to say. Remember, communication is key. It's not just about talking, but also about truly listening and empathizing with each other. If you can't talk to each other, you can't fix anything. It's like trying to solve a puzzle without all the pieces. And if you're not willing to put in the work, then maybe it's time to face the hard truth that the marriage is over. But before you reach that point, consider seeking help. Marriage counseling can provide a neutral ground where both of you can express your feelings and work towards a solution. It's not a sign of failure, but a step towards healing. If after all efforts, you find that the love and connection cannot be restored, then maybe it's time to face the hard truth that the marriage is over. But remember, every end is a new beginning. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.